Hey everyone, welcome back to Dev Parkour. In this video, I want to show, what I've been working on for the past several weeks. Earlier this week, I talked about why Rust was an amazing programming language. So I've been building this little tool using Rust. And then I talked about MySQL and why it was the most prevalent database in the world, basically. And then I talked about YAML and how YAML is really awesome. So in this video, I want to show you how I've put them all together into a tool that when it's all done, or when it's truly ready for consumption, I intend for it to be the development database for WordPress developers. So let's get started with a quick demo. So I'm actually going to take my face out of the corner for this so that you can see the entire screen. And we'll start by just running my app. It's listening. And now I'm just running the MySQL command line interface, the command line client, and telling it to listen or connect on port 7878. That's what my app is running on, because I actually do have MySQL running on my local machine. So we'll do that. You can see not everything is supported yet. So this @ version comment is like a system variable sort of thing. That query is not quite supported. But what we do have is things like select star from things. That works. We can update, and you'll see this updates here. And then let's actually run that again. I didn't have this file saved, so it didn't automatically update in the background. Now it updated type to cat, and you can see if I select star from things again, we have that record shows type is cat. So that's basically what I have so far. It's the full round trip. I can select, I can update, I can select again and see the updates, and I can exit, and now it's ready for another connection. If I connect it again, you can see I've connected, and it the server stays active. So again, I intend this to be a development server for WordPress. So what I mean by that is basically you would run this instead of your normal MySQL instance, and all of the data would get stored in YAML files. So you can version them alongside all the code that you're writing for WordPress. When this project gets a little bit further along, I'll actually show a demo of using this as part of a WordPress development environment. So I have a couple videos, I'll leave links in the description below, about building out a WordPress development environment. I think I have a playlist, and I'll leave that linked. That'll be easier than having multiple links. So I'll link the playlist in the video description. And when this is further along and I have it actually working with WordPress, I'll do a full demo with a WordPress development environment using this as the database backend instead of using MySQL. Now, some things that are worth mentioning. I mentioned YAML files. Basically, each one is it's almost the simplest possible YAML file you can have. It's key value pairs, so the ID, 1, name, John, that sort of thing. The other thing is that we have this schema.yaml file, and this is kind of the format that I intend for it as well, so that the name of the field is the key, and then the value will be some type of description. This is not, the description part is not being used by the code. So even though I have primary key here, this is more of a kind of a comment to myself that I intend the ID to be the primary key. And then data types, again, not being used by the code. That might be something that comes later. I really am designing this from a perspective of what do I need to do to make it work. So kind of the next step is going to be, I know I need to add create statements so that you can create tables I'll probably need to introduce alter, so that WordPress can alter tables. And then I also need to add in insert and delete, the other CRUD operations. So those 4 things I'll probably add over the next couple weeks, and then I'll just stand up a WordPress development environment, run it against this server, and see what breaks, see what statements I haven't supported yet. Because I know, again, I've mentioned in several videos, I'm not really a WordPress developer, so I don't know what kinds of statements WordPress runs. I don't know if it's going to need join support, which doesn't exist right now. I don't know how far it's going to get into like a list of columns. So I showed a select star. I'm not sure how far I'm going to need to get into selecting individual columns. That is supported by the parser, which all of this code is open source. You can see it at github.com/bparks/Yade. I'll leave that linked in the description below as well. But I don't really know what I'm going to need to support, and I really want to focus on the things that I need to support for WordPress first, rather than just implementing the entire MySQL protocol, the entire ANSI SQL spec, all of that. Long-term goal, I would like to support it all so that it can truly be a drop-in MySQL replacement if you want, the development server capabilities with, ideally whatever CMS you wanted, or with your own app, whatever. But got to start somewhere. Got to start with baby steps. So that's essentially where it's at. Again, you can look at the code. You can contribute if you want to. The way you do that is first look at open issues. If you want to grab an open issue and implement it, go for it. If you found a bug, you can report that issue. If you want to fix the bug, then you can grab the issue that you reported, and then just submit a pull request, and I'll take a look at it and either include it in the, merge it into the mainline branch, or suggest some changes. Standard code review procedures. This would be great if you're into Rust, especially because I just started using Rust about a month ago. If you've been using Rust for a long time and see patterns in my code that are either generally held anti-patterns, bad things to do in Rust that I shouldn't be doing, more than happy to accept pull requests improving on that code. If you see clear opportunities for refactoring, I'm all for that. I am not a Rust expert. Again, I've only been doing this for about a month, and I would love to learn how I can do Rust better. So if you've been doing Rust a lot longer, please let me know how I can improve my Rust development skills. So with that, I think that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed where this is going. Stay tuned to the channel for future updates on this. Definitely subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell, and I'll certainly keep you all posted on where this is going. I'm really excited about this, even though I'm not really a WordPress developer. I do think this is something that the WordPress community is in desperate need of. So I'm excited to get this out into people's hands and have people use it, try it out, identify bugs especially, so we can make this better and make this actually serve the community. So like this video if you found it insightful and are curious about what the future holds. Leave comments down below about anything, questions, comments, concerns, things you think I should be focusing on, or other aspects of this project that you want me to dive deeper into in future videos. I love to hear from you. I love to respond to your comments. It's great to see a community kind of growing up around my channel, and that's just awesome to see. That's why I do it. It's for all of you guys. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.